Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to the part two of the algebra sample problems. No, so the outline for this review, we have the following. So again, I will not discuss everything here, but only an example of some of this. Okay, so the first problem here. So at approximately what time between the hours of 12 o'clock or 12 noon and 1 p.m. would the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand of a continuously driven clock be at exactly 180 degrees perpendicular for the second time? Okay, for letter A, so we can imagine our clock. No? So it should be between 12 o'clock and 1 p.m. So when would they be exactly 180 degrees? So meaning, let's say this is your minute hand. So this should, sorry, hour hand. And this should be your, let's say your minute hand. So this should be 180 degrees, no? So what is the scenario we're in? This will be true. So one technique here is to understand where will this clock point into. So this will be pointing somewhere between 7 and 6 o'clock, no? So a technique here that I want to show you share with you guys is the time that you're trying to find here will be 12 no 12 p.m. or 12 noon plus 60 over 11 multiplied by the first the first number that it will come across or sorry first number that is bracketing this minute hand. So we should choose 6 here. So multiply this by 6. And then we will get the answer. No? So the addition here will be in minutes. Sorry, in minutes. So calculate this one. We have 12. So mode 1 and then 12. Plus we have 60 over 11. Actually, this is in ano pala, no? So I guess I'll just add this later. So 60 over 11 times 6. Ayan. So 32.73. So therefore, we know that this is somewhere at 1232.73 p.m. Okay. For letter B, so for letter B, what is that scenario? So the scenario there is when will it be perpendicular for the second time? For the first time, so if this is the minute at the hour hand and this is the minute hand, this is the first time it will be 90 degrees. So after a while, it will be in here. So another scenario, this will be or the minute hand will be in this portion. So where should it be, no? Or which portion will the minute hand be pointing towards to? So this will be between 9 and 10, no? So you can see the diagram. So again, we can do this again. Just utilize the constant 60 over 11. Multiply this by, so this one, we should multiply this by 9. Okay, so we will get an answer here. That is 12, sorry, not 12, but 60 over 11 times 9. So the answer should be 12:49 p.m. Okay, that's it. No? It is that easy. No? Okay, the salary of an employee's job has 5 levels, each one 5% greater than the one below it. Due to circumstances, the salary of the employee must be reduced from the top level to the second level, which results in a reduction of $122 per month. What is the employee's present salary? Okay, so initially, no, the employee is on the top, and then this employee was demoted into the second level. So what we're trying to find for is this employee's present salary. So let's have a diagram first. So for the first level, let's say the employee is gaining or an employee is gaining an X amount of salary per month. On level 2, so we know that the higher the level, the greater the salary. So it has a difference of 5%. So level 2 will have 1.05 times the salary of the original level. And then for level 3, we have 1.05 squared of the third level. And then level 4, we have 1.05 uh, cube of the the first level, and then and so on. So we're continuously multiplying x here to get to level 5. So originally, this is the salary of the level 1. No? Okay, so the top level to the second level results into 122 decrease, no, of salary per month. So we can say that the level 5 salary, which is 1.05 for x, minus the level 2 salary, will result into 122 decrease in salary. So we can find x here. So x is equal to 122 over 1.05 to the fourth minus 1.05. And then solve for this, we will get an answer of, we have 122 over 1.05 and then minus 1.05. Okay, so we will get an answer of 737.13. Okay, as our salary, no? So is this the final answer? So actually not. This is not yet the final answer, no? So what we're trying to find is the employee's present salary. So the employee is currently at the topmost level. So to get the current salary, we have to multiply this by 1.05 to the fourth power of this x. No? So we have 737.13. So we multiply this by 1.05 to the fourth. So the answer should be 896, no? $896, which is approximately 900 na rin, no? Okay, sorry. Okay, so this should be the final answer. All right, so for the given term, we have this one, find the following. So A, third term, B, the middle term, term involving x raised to the fifth, term involving y cubed. So for the third term, how do we solve for this? So this is, we should use here the binomial theorem. And the formula that you should remember for the r term, this is equal to n c, no? Sorry, not c. No? So c r minus 1, and then x raised to n minus r plus 1, and then r raised to n minus, sorry, not r minus 1. Okay. So to find the third term, basically r is equal to 3, no? The third term. So we already have a given for r. So okay na to. And then what about n? So for n is basically just this, no? So n is equal to 8. And the x and y's will be, sorry, not r, but it should be y, ano? Ayun, sorry. So the x and y's will be the terms here. So therefore, to find the third term, this will be equal to 8. Okay, so 8 c, and then r minus 1, we have 3 minus 1. We have x, so x here is 3x. So we have 3x raised to, so n minus r, so 8 minus 3 plus 1. And then y, we have 4y. And then r minus 1, so we have 3 minus 1. So simplify this using our calculator. So we have here 8, and then c. So how to solve for c? So shift, divide, no? And then we have 3 minus 1. Okay, and then 3 raised to 8 minus 3 plus 1. And then we have 4 raised to 3 minus 1. Okay, we have a syntax error. We have to multiply this. Another syntax error, multiply this. Yeah. So the answer here will be 326,592. So this is just the constant, or the coefficient of this 592. The coefficient of the term. But how do we solve for the x and y? So if we solve for this, you can see that the x here should be raised to, so 5 minus 3 plus 1. So this will be 6, diba? Right? No. 5 minus 3 plus 1. Okay, 6 nga, no? So 6 and y raised to 2. Okay, so this will be your answer. Okay? So for letter B, we want to find the middle term. So the middle term, so just like to give you a clue, how do we find the middle term? So let's say we have a simple square of a binomial. So if we expand this, we have x squared plus xy, or 2xy plus y squared. So what can you observe here? So the middle term usually will be, it will have an exponent of the same, no, the same number. So the same exponent for these two numbers, so this will be 1 and 1. So that will be the same idea that we should utilize to find the middle term, meaning this 2 here should be equal. So n minus r plus 1 and r minus 1 should be equal. So we have n minus r plus 1 is equal to r minus 1 to find the middle term. So therefore, if we simplify this to find r, manipulate this to the other side. Okay, and then transpose this to the other side. We have n, and then we have plus 2 is equal to r plus r, right? So this will be 2r. Therefore, r is equal to n plus 2 over 2. So take note of this now for middle term. Middle term, r, ano? So therefore, the r here for the middle term is 8 plus 2 over 2. That will be 10 over 2, which is 5. So to solve this again, just input again the r term. So we know that the middle term, this will be equal to, we have 8c, and then 5 minus 1, and then we have 3x raised to, this will be 8 minus 5 plus 1, and then we have 4y, okay, 4y, and then we have 5 minus 1. So calculate this, we have 8, and then c, and then I'll just solve this as 4, and then times 3 raised to, this will be just 4, and then times 4 raised to 4. So we have 1, 4, that's a lot of numbers, 1, 4, 5, 1, and then 520. And then for this one, we have x raised to 4, y raised to 4. Yeah, okay. It's that easy. And then for the term involving x raised to 5. So for this term involving x raised to 5, we have n minus r plus 1. So this should be 5 now, ano? So we have n minus r plus 1 is equal to 5. So to solve this, we know already that n is equal to 8. So to find for r, this will be, we can transpose this to the other side. This one to this one. So we have 8 minus 5 plus 1 is equal to r. So therefore, r is, we have 3 plus 1, so 4. So r is equal to 4. Therefore, we can just solve this again. So 8 c, and then 4 minus 1. And then we have 3x raised to 8 minus 4 plus 1. And then 4y, 4 minus 1. Okay, so we have 8, a combination of 3 times 3 raised to, this will be just 5. And then times 4 raised to 3. Okay, so we have 870, 912, x raised to the 5th power, y raised to 3. Okay, so for the last problem, the term involving y cubed, so actually we have already solved this one. So therefore, this is also the answer for letter D. So for D and C, this is your answer. Ano? Okay. All right, so we have another problem here. So resolve this rational function. So what do you mean by resolve? So meaning we have to either simplify or evaluate this. So we could expand maybe. So if you have a rational number, if the denominator has a higher degree, what happened? What happened? Yeah. So if the denominator has a higher degree, then we should use partial fractions. But if the numerator has higher degree, then we should use long division. If they are equal in degree, still long division pa rin. Okay? So for this case, we should use partial fraction. So we need to first factor this if this is factorable, no? So for factorable, we should factor this. So the factor for x squared minus 7x plus 12 is by trial and error, this will be x minus 4 and x minus 2. Okay, so to decompose this fraction, we have a over x minus 4 plus b over x minus 3. So we're basically looking for a and b. So how do we solve for a and b? Simplify this by multiplying this both sides by this. So we have to multiply x minus 4, x minus 3. So the resulting equation will be x plus q is equal to a, x minus 3 plus b, x minus 4. Again, and then how do we solve for a and b here? So we can assume values of x here to cancel a term. So to make this 0, we can assume that this is 0 to get b. So if x is equal to 3, then we can see that we have here 3 plus 2 is equal to 0 plus b times, this will be 3 minus 4. So as we can see, we have 5 is equal to negative b. Therefore, b is equal to negative 5. Okay, for letter A, we can assume a value of 4. So if we assume a value of 4, this will be cancelled out. So x is equal to 4. We have 4 plus 2 is equal to a, 4 minus 3, and then plus b. Sorry, this should be just 0, no? So 4 minus 4, 0. So solve for a here. So we have 6. 6 is equal to a. So therefore, a is equal to 6. So therefore, the final answer for this decomposition, this will now be equal to a, no? So which is 6 over x minus 4. And then b here is negative 5. Therefore, this will be minus 5 all over x minus 2. So this will be your answer. Okay, that will be all. Thank you guys for listening.